final game. Team Sexy taking on Team Evil, Game 3. Unfortunately, the loser of this game does go home, and the winner will move on to the top 16.
It's go big or go home for this game.
Yeah, it is. And we do see a little bit of a duo here. Oh, and already KL making his presence known, gonna dive right in onto this buff. Best player is gonna be forced to disengage. Look at the damage. Best player's already down past half health. Is this gonna be enough? Nicolette is sitting there trying to put on some damage, but is it gonna be enough? Look at this. Look at KL already down. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Nishi is going to try to... Oh, my God. Is able to get away. That has to be so frustrating.
Oh, my God. And look at the health bar just popping right back at you. Like what we were saying earlier, with an assassin pick, when you have Masha on Evil's side, picking any assassin is going to have a very hard time. Or any buff-dependent heroes.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to have some. So I do question it, but as you start moving on to the mid and to late game, I do feel like best players going to have a little easier time trying to pick up some of these squishier heroes here. But with that Phoveus pickup, you might have a little bit of a problem with, especially with the dashes that you have on the Haya, activating that demonic force from Phoveus and allowing him to kind of come in and like really shine through a lot of these team fights. But we do see a 3v2 here. KL does get caught here. It's not really shaking him. He is in the middle of this fight, not really caring about it. We see best player picking up that gold minion as well.
Again, it's interesting how every team fight, like every game so far in the early game, best player does prioritize on gaining his marksman and just helping his marksman farm in the early game.
Yeah, we do see Team Sexy kind of collaborating here into the mid lane, are going to set up, try to get some position onto this turtle. A little questionable, though. I do think that they are trying to figure out where the rest of the team is. We do see Bad Boy going ahead, starting up on this turtle. Warrior doing his best to kind of combat that and get aggro on it. And we do see a little bit of a setup. We do see Turtle has been executed onto Bad Boy in a little bit of a bad way. Does get taken down early. And now Nicolette, we do see that Numenum Blast coming down, does not connect with anybody, but Team Sexy still on the chase. Little Nima in a bad way here. Too early in the game for him to be getting so greedy there, and that is a two for none exchange for the side of Team Sexy with that turtle pickup. Yeah, we can see here.
Yeah.
In the replay, we see Hayabusa coming in there onto Bad Blood, does get that down very quickly and able to pick up the turtle as well. And a little too deep was Phoveus, so he was getting picked off as well. Just a great engagement by Team Sexy and by Warrior there, able to zone them out. Even though he didn't connect with that Numenum Blast, it did do its work and zone out the rest of the team while that turtle got latched onto.
For sure. And with this Phoveus draft, it is drafted very specifically towards Hayabusa, given that like he needs these heroes to have dashes. Maybe Valentina, but not so much. Maybe more towards Hayabusa. But there's a problem when it comes to drafting a specific hero to counter one specific hero, because towards late game, these junglers or like Haya's not going to be alone. He's not going to be alone all the time, and just overall as a hero, Phoveus might not do as much in the gameplay.
And that becomes the problem there. So we do see a Numenum Blast lining up on here. KL is going to go ahead and charge in with that Thunderclap. Is going to have to disengage. Nishi taken down and taken back to the base there. Bad Boy in a little bit of a bad way is going to have to disengage there, as well as we see minions crashing. And the Team Sexy might actually be able to pick up this tower. A very dominant game so far in the opening 4 minutes. And they are 3K ahead already.
Team turret has been destroyed.
Scariness of Valentina in this current meta right now. She's not played as much in ranked games, but within this tournament scene, she's always banned, always picked.
Yeah, and I feel like she still has a 100% win rate, even with the matches that we have seen here at the round 3. We do see KL hiding a little bit, not going to get much value out of there. His best player quickly picks up this turtle, and KL is forced to disengage. Bad Boy does get lashed out. Numenum Blast does come down, and stunned is Bad Boy. He does try to use that lethal counter, but it is not enough. Warrior does go down, followed quickly by best player. And right now, Nicolette, look Look at that IMU used to take out the rest of Team Evil. He's chasing down and is able to pick up the kill on to Nishi.
She's both the hero, like she's inflicting so much damage at a very early point. We're only 5 minutes into this game, and you can see the amount of damage Nicolette does and the mobility that it provides. So it's such a broken hero.
Yeah, and look at this right now. This is when Nicolette was able to come in with that ult, able to use it against Beatrix and then chase down Nishi. Right now, I think Team Evil is reconsidering letting Nicolette pick up this Valentina.
Yeah, and she's so confident in the hero as well. When you win in the early game, it also affects your mentality. You become more confident in being more aggressive, and that's what you need to see from Valentina in the early game. She's doing a very good job executing it in the early game.
It is. Yeah, this is a completely different Team Sexy than we have seen in the first 2 games. They have come to clean up. They are not taking any prisoners right now. We do see the duo, actually a trio right now at the bottom, but we do see that demonic force coming down. Little Nima in a little bit of a bad way, taking a lot of damage, does get cleaned up quite quickly, and we were talking about this pick. Unfortunately, like, it is a very specific counter coming down, but man, you still have a Phobius on your team that you have to manage with. When you use that demonic force, the rest of your team has to be there to disengage. Nishi is there, is going to be taking a lot of damage, is trying to get away. I don't think she's going to be able to, and does go down to best player. We see Bad Boy kind of charging in here. Nicolette trying to dodge out of the way. Lethal counter of Nicolette's own is able to assist with the pickup onto Belmont.
See her just picking, like, I am Belmont, I am Beatrix, I am anyone, and I'm still dominating your lane. I'm still dominating the team fight.
Yeah, basically using these ults to, like, just great satisfaction is Nicolette. Almost better than the players on Team Evil are using them right now in a very commanding lead. 24K to 17 for the side of Team Sexy. We're only in the 7-minute mark right now. Look at the gold. It has been all Team Sexy for this entire game. We do see Numenum Blast come down. KL is going to use that Thunderclap to go ahead and stop the Numenum Blast, but it doesn't stop the rest of Team Sexy from taking on this tower.
For this game, for Team Evil, it might even at one point come down to just stealing some objectives with split pushing, or trying to catch Haya out position, but we're seeing a team fight going down mid lane. Haya does get caught.
Yeah, and unfortunate for best player on that Hayabusa. As soon as he went in, he got thunderclapped, stunned, and then stun locked. He was not able to get out of there. He thought he had a good position, thought he would be able to return to his shadows, but with that stun lock, we just had Aluminum Blast coming down there. They are fighting over this turtle buff, but it looks like Bad Boy is able to pick it up. Look at the damage going on to Bad Boy there. Luckily, none of Team Able do get taken down there. We do see that lethal counter from Nicolette there. Sometimes it gets a little confusing when I see that come out. I'm like, wait a minute. Belmont's on the other team. Yeah, Nicolette coming in clutch right now. The story right now back into this game.
I think the Team Sexy just experiencing a little bit of a lag on their side right now. Lord is spawning in 10 seconds right now. Team Sexy is looking at a 7,000 gold lead ahead of Team Evil at this point. It will be very hard for Team Evil to get into a good position to contest this Lord at this point. I'm not sure if that's the best idea for them to even try. Maybe Masha can zone the enemy out a little bit, but they're really not in a good position to fight right now.
I feel like Warrior having a great game right now isn't really diving in. We just had Numenum Blast coming in there. Does get stopped by the Thunderclap, but as I say that, down goes Warrior. Little Nima taking a heck of a lot of damage there. That Demonic Force coming down, and he is not going to be able to capitalize it as Nicolette does get taken down by Nishi as well. So we do have a 1-for-2 trade. Team Sexy taking the worst half of that, but is able to secure that Lord.
Be what Team Evil need to kind of start doing is for the Phobias to maybe start targeting the Valentina, start targeting Nicolette instead of best player, because like we said, Phobias really counters high up, but as well as Valentina, and we're seeing Valentina do so much towards the early game. So maybe at this point, Phobias should focus on the Valentina.
Yeah, he has been having a little bit of trouble there, especially since Haya can kind of pull out of the damage with that shadow kill, so he's not going to be taking any damage. So maybe the smarter target would be the Valentina, but we do see a lot of damage coming on. Nishi does get taken out as we see that shadow kill coming down from Best Player, but he might be in a little bit of a bad way. Oh, Bad Boy got stunned out of his first lethal counter, but does pick up the kill onto Best Player with that Hayabusa. Little Nima is coming down with that demonic force, but right now, 3 kills going over for the side of Team Sexy, and it looks like Team Evil is in a bad way here.
We saw that Nicolette copied Phobia's ultimate, right? So it was 2 Phobias ulting each other, and that was a good idea actually, because she was able to gain back that HP and not have that situation happen again.
Yeah, very interesting there too, because like as much as Phobius can jump, that counts as a dash for Valentina when she does use that IMU to copy that demonic force. So she was able to jump just as much as a little Nima on that Phobius. So good play and good choice to pick up that ult by Nicolette there. And right now, Team Evil needs to get it together. They are starting to be starved out a little bit here, as you see these lanes very smart on the side of Team Sexy. All of these lanes kind of pushed back. If Team Evil wants any type of farm, they're gonna have to kind of force an engagement here at the mid or in the lanes here to try to get it.
Yeah, this is the kind of discipline that we want to see from these pro teams like Team Sexy, to free the lane where you're at a decisive advantage. Especially when Team Evil needs to farm, like Cad needs to build her core items to do more damage towards the late game and be able to engage in team fight.
Very interesting here too. We do start seeing the lane starting to push up. 4 seconds left on this Lord, and it looks like Team Sexy is going to go ahead and start it. You can see all of Team Evil on the map, so Team Sexy knows that they're not close to this Lord. Look how fast they're taking this down, and that was a pretty quick cleanup by the side of Team Sexy. And this is another Lord that's going to be going in to the base of Team Evil, and they are kind of in a bad way right now.
And Team Sexy at this point, they're just following the handbook to success, because at this point in the game they were smart, like they were disciplined, they were keeping the lane frozen until Lord is about to spawn, and that's when you're supposed to push in the lane so the enemy has to defend the lanes instead of coming towards Lord.
Yeah, we do see this purple being picked up here. Luminous Lord is crashing down at the bottom. We don't have the lanes perfectly synced up right now. Top and mid are going to go ahead and crash in first, but we do see down at the bottom, Gold is escorting this Luminous Lord, and a lot of damage about to come in. We do have this Luminous charge coming in. Look at that, takes the tower down right away, but we don't. Oh, the Aluminum Blast coming in, and still gets thunderclapped out of it. Warrior having a heck of a problem there. We do see this demonic force in the back lines. Little Nima is in trouble, does get taken down and picked off, and the mid tower is about to go down. Great zoning by the team of Team Sexy here. KL is in a bad way, and they are pushing as hard as they can. They are bringing Sexy back. And this tower,
we just want to end the game right there.
Yeah, Team Sexy with the victory. In game 3 over Team Evil, and they are moving on to the top 16.
And very, very smooth game this entire game. I would say the MVP should go to Nicolette with the